Hey, are you confused between por and para? I know! They're an absolute nightmare to learn because they both mean for. However, they can also mean many other things depending on the context. So if you're confused, don't worry, I will help you today. Vamos! My name is Patri, this is Spanish with Patri, and today we are solving the dilemma. How do I know when to use por and para? Right, so a very easy way to remember this is por and para. Por is used for a reason, the cause of something, whereas para is used for the purpose of something. I always use my hands. Para and por. Por is like the reason, the cause behind it, and para is the purpose, el propósito. That's the easy way and the shortcut to it. However, not everything is so easy. Let's have a look at each of the meanings and each of the contexts where we can use one or the other. Right, para. I mentioned purpose, a goal. That's one of the main ways in which we can use para. A goal, the meaning would be in order to. For example, estoy estudiando, I am studying, para aprobar el examen. To pass, in order to pass the test. That's my goal. I'm studying to pass the test. Estoy estudiando para aprobar el examen. So in that case, the context, it's a goal. We're using para to express in order to. Another example, voy a Madrid para visitar a mi familia. I'm going to Madrid in order to, or just to, visit my family. The purpose, the goal of my visit is to visit my family. Okay? Second way in which we can use para. Destination. Para. Voy para casa. I'm going towards the house, to the house. Para casa. In that case, we can substitute it with hacia, towards, hacia la casa. Voy hacia la casa. You can also say voy a la casa. I'm going to the house. Voy a casa. Or if you are from Madrid, you know that we say all the time, voy pa casa. We shorten it. So instead of saying para, you can hear voy pa casa. And I don't think it's only the ones from Madrid. I think the whole of Spain uses pa casa. Okay? It's informal. It's a short form. It's not technically correct. But yes, you are going to hear it. Pa casa. Voy pa casa. Answer the phone. ¿Dónde estás? Your mom or your dad? Voy pa casa. I'm on the way home. Voy pa casa. I'm going towards the house. So to, towards, that's the second context in which we can use para. So far so good? Voy para Madrid. I'm going to Madrid. A very common one that I use all the time when my mom calls me. I mention my mom because she's the one normally asking where I am. My dad is quite chill. ¿Dónde estás, Patricia? Where are you? I'm like, voy para allá. I'm on my way. I'm not saying where I'm going, but I'm just saying I'm going there, okay? I'm on my way there. Voy para allá. And if you're a native speaker, we say all the time, voy para allá. Voy para allá, okay? One time my tire exploded in the car. I burst the tire. And I was on the side of the road and I called my dad, Papa, te necesito, por favor. I was on panic mode and he said, voy pa' allá. That's always his answer. Voy pa' allá. Voy pa' allá, short for voy para allá. Recipient. It's the third way in which we can use para. The third context in which we can use it. For someone. For somebody. El regalo es para ti. The gift, the present, it's for you. Para ti. Lo compré, I bought it, para mi madre. Lo compré para mi madre. I bought it for my mom. According to. Okay, another way in which we can use para. When we want to say according to somebody. Para mí, España es el país más bonito del mundo. I am biased, okay? For me, Spain is the most beautiful country in the world. Por ejemplo, para mí, to me, for me, according to me, para ti, according to you, para él, para nosotros, para mi madre. Okay, let's go to deadlines. Para, we can also use it for deadlines, for a future point in time, in reference, okay? And this is a very teacher phrase. Tienes que entregar el trabajo para el lunes. You have to submit the task for Monday. Para el lunes. Remember that with the days of the week, we normally use el before the day of the week, okay? El lunes, el martes, el miércoles, but you can use it with any of the dates. Para mañana, para la semana que viene, for next week, para el mes que viene, para el mes siguiente, for next month, okay? A deadline. That was classic me at uni. ¿Para cuándo era esto? When was this for? And somebody would say, era para ayer. No! Panic mode, absolute panic mode. We've seen all the contexts that we can use para for. Let me remind you, we use it for goals or purpose. Same thing, para. We use it for a destination. I'm going towards to somewhere. We use it for a recipient, which sounds very weird, but it's basically who receives something. Presents, things like that. Who is going to receive that? This is for you. Para ti, when something is for someone. That's the recipient. We also use it to express our opinion according to someone. So according to someone, para mí, para ti, para él, para ella, according to. And last but not least, deadlines. Deadlines, fechas, the dates, that future point in time when something needs to be done by. Deadlines. Para el lunes, for Monday. Para el lunes. Y ahora pasamos a por. And now we go to por. Right, por, I told you to remember of the keyword causa, the cause, the reason, la causa de algo, of something. And on that note, yes, we use it to express a reason or the cause of something. Por ejemplo, I have already told you about the recipient, using para for recipient. Compré el regalo, I bought the present, para mi madre, wait there, for my mom, she is the recipient. But why did I buy her a present? Por su cumpleaños, for her birthday. So the present is for her, para, but why did I buy it? The cause, the reason of me buying it was because it was her birthday. Por su cumpleaños. Okay, so you can see very clearly there, the reason, the cause of the present is the birthday. I can say to you, gracias por ayudarme. Thank you for helping me. Gracias por ayudarme. Thank you for helping me. For is the reason, the cause I'm thanking you is that you helped me. Thank you. Gracias. I'm late. Oh, Dios mío. When I'm late, it's normally traffic and roadworks. So I normally say, lo siento, llegué tarde por el tráfico. I'm sorry I was late because of the traffic. That was the reason I was late. It was not my fault. No era mi culpa. No ha sido mi culpa. Vale, so that's the first meaning we can use por, for. Now let's have a look at another meaning, at another type of context where we can use it. Duration. This one is a tricky one for me. Because I don't feel we use this that much in Spain, or at least where I come from in Spain, we don't seem to use it that much. I personally use durante, during, a lot more to express duration, or I literally just say the duration directly. Let me explain what I mean by that. So we use it for a duration or a length of time. For example, estuve en México por un mes. I was in Mexico for a month. Estuve en México por un mes. That's the duration, the length of time that you were in Mexico for. Por un mes. Ya me gustaría, I wish. Ay, quiero ir a México. Me encanta México, la comida. Nunca he estado, I've never been. Can you believe it? However, what I was referring to before is that I personally wouldn't say por on that occasion. I know that many people do, and it's completely correct, but I would say estuve en México un mes. I was in Mexico a month. I wouldn't say for, I would just skip that part. It sounds more natural to me. Or I would maybe say durante un mes. Estuve en México durante un mes if I want to specify that's the period of time. But maybe that's something that we only do in Spain or in Madrid. I'm not sure actually, but I have heard por for a length of time many times, and I know that in Latin American countries it's very, very common. You can also use it, length of time, to express frequency. This is going to be a complete lie, but this is one of my goals for this new term. Hacer ejercicio, to do exercise. So you could say, hago ejercicio 3 veces por semana. Not quite, not yet, but I'm going to try. Hacer ejercicio 3 veces por semana. Another meaning it can have, it's the means of which we do something. Okay? That sounds weird. So the means of transport, the means of communication. Por ejemplo, te doy un ejemplo. I'm using por all the time. Por ejemplo, for example. At the end, I will show you some set expressions that never ever change with por and para. Okay, that's one of them. Por ejemplo, for example. Me escribió por correo electrónico. She emailed me. Okay, that's how we would say it in English, but in Spanish we're saying she texted me, she got in touch with me via email. All right, that's how we say it. Me escribió por correo electrónico. So that por is kind of the via email, through email. Viajamos por carretera. We traveled on the road. We went on the road. Okay, we did a road trip. We traveled on the road, through the road, by the road, not by the road, by car, it would be. Viajamos por avión. We travel by plane. So in this kind of context, okay, the means in which you do something, in which you travel, in which you communicate, it can mean several things like by, through, along, etc. Por ejemplo, pasé por el restaurante anoche. I passed by the restaurant last night. Pasé por el restaurante. Okay, and the last meaning that we can use por with is an exchange of something. I remember when I was a little girl and I would change cromos. Cromos were the carts, like the sport carts, and we used to have like animal carts. You know the carts that the kids play with, cromos. We don't use cromos anymore. These kids don't know. So exchanging something normally is when you're paying, okay? Por ejemplo, pagó $5 por el vestido. He or she, we haven't specified, I'm going to say she. Ella pagó, she paid, $5 dollars for the dress, por el vestido. Do you see the exchange? I give you money, dinero, you give me a dress, vestido, and so on. It's an exchange. I can say, especially this is very good for when you're haggling, you know, they tell you a price and it's not an official shop or it's a place where you can kind of haggle. Regatear in Espanol, that's how we say it, regatear. I do it in some places in Spain quite a lot. You ask, ¿cuánto cuesta? And they say, oh, 30. And you say, te doy 20 por la chaqueta. I give you 20 for the jacket. Te doy 20 por el libro. I give you 20 for the book. Te doy 20 por el jarrón. I give you 20 for the vase. Okay? So I give you something for something. Por, an exchange of something. When I was a little girl, I used to say, te cambio este cromo por ese cromo. I change you this card for that card. Este cromo por ese cromo. One day I got such a good cromo that completed my whole album. I was so happy, que contenta. And now, lo prometido es deuda. What I promise is a debt, so I need to fulfill that promise. I promised you that I was going to give you set phrases with para and por, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And the first one that comes to my mind is por favor. Please, por favor. For a favor. That's literally what it means, but it means please. Por favor. Por favor. Pásame la sal, please pass me the salt, por favor. Another one that I've been repeating throughout the whole video was por ejemplo, por ejemplo, por ejemplo, por ejemplo. For example, as an instance. For example, por ejemplo. For example. Por fin, finally. Por fin has llegado. You finally arrived. You took your time. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why? you have to brush your teeth. Why? ¿Por qué? That's a very common question that all the kids ask all the time. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why? Now remember that has got an accent. So por qué, with an accent. However, if we write it all together, por qué, that's the answer, because, okay? So por qué, why? And the answer, por qué, because. Por supuesto. I'm sorry, can you do me a favor, please? ¿Me haces un favor, por favor? That sounds a bit weird. Sí, por supuesto. Yes, of course. Por supuesto. Por supuesto. Of course. Por ciento. I use this one in the rebajas all the time, in the sale. Por ciento. 20% de descuento. 20% discount. 50% de descuento. 50% discount, etc. Por ciento %. And now the phrases, the set phrases, the set idioms. They're not really idioms, but phrases with para. Para ti, for you. Este video es para ti. This video is for you. Para ti, for you. Para mí, for me. Don't say para tú or para yo. Doesn't make sense. You need to use para ti, para mí. Para siempre, forever and ever. Amigo para siempre, na, 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 na. No me sé la letra, pero la canto al revés. Bueno, amigos para siempre, friends forever, para siempre, forever. Forever and ever. It literally means for always. Para siempre, for always, forever. ¿Para qué haces eso? What are you doing that for? ¿Para qué? What for? Okay? And then I can answer, para que lo sepas, just for you to know. ¿Para qué? So that. ¿Para qué? Y ya está. And that's it. Tan simple como eso. As easy as that. It wasn't easy, I know, and it's a bit of a nightmare, but practice makes perfect. Practica, 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 and it will come really, really easily to you. You'll see. I hope I have really helped you with your confusion and the mistakes that we can make with para and por. And just to make sure, keep your eyes peeled because I will make a video on a challenge of para versus por. When do we use one and when do we use the other one? Could you fill in the gaps with the correct one? But that will be another time. So for now, hasta luego chicos. Adiós. Gracias.